Hey guys, I heard about this video about 29 things that exist only in Japan, and I have my skepticism if it's actually true. So today, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is true and what isn't true based on my experience of living here in Japan for the last 4 years. Now, you might not want to believe everything I say since I'm from America, so I need to bring an expert who's been here for many years, someone who's Japanese. Where can I find an expert? And there's my Japanese friend. This is Chisano, and she's been born and raised in Japan. So she's my Japanese expert. And we're gonna go through this video, and basically we're gonna react and watch this video, but differently. Anything that's true, we're just gonna let continue on. But anything that's not true, I'm gonna have you raise your hand or tell me to stop the video so that we can hear your explanation of why it's not true or what the real true fact of the thing that they're stating is. So, without further ado, let's get into the video and react.
1. Square watermelons. They were invented back in the 70s by a graphic designer to fit compactly in the fridge and be cut more easily. Japanese farmers grow them in special containers to get the shape. Since they're pretty expensive, people don't buy them as food, but rather as a decorative item.
I think you buy it as a gift,
Ramen
right?
noodles bath.
It's true.
The Unison Spa Resort in Hakone offers its guests the pretty unique experience of
I've been to
splashing
Hakone.
around in a vat of pork soup and ramen noodles. While this may sound crazy to many people, the Japanese believe that soaking in such a bath is good for the skin because a broth made of pork is rich in collagen.
It's rich in collagen. I just don't think a whole onsen is full of ramen noodle soup. Like the imagery that they're presenting is 100% wrong, I think. I don't know, I'm not the expert.
I never heard, but like maybe we have a bath, you know, that bath detergent? It smells like noodle.
I mean, I guess, but the video was talking about onsen specifically. In Hakone, for that matter.
Cannot be possible.
Bizarre flavors of Kitkat. Chili pepper, wasabi, sweet potato, grilled corn, soybean, salt watermelon, mango, green tea, and that's only a short list of the Kit Kat flavors you can try in Japan.
Yeah.
Which one would you try?
Each region has a different flavor, and every
comments.
year there's a different one. Yeah, it
Fake
exists.
food. Specialists make this kind of food from plastic or wax, and it looks just as delicious as the real one. Many restaurants use fake food to display their popular dishes in the windows and attract hungry clients. Usually, these replicas cost much more than the dishes they imitate. 5. Rabbit Island. Back in the 40s, scientists brought a number of rabbits to Okonashima Island to do some tests. However, later on, the animals were freed and started to multiply. Now the island is full of
many
them
islands.
and attracts a lot of tourists.
Rabbits and cats to many of these islands, so
Purakura
they do exist in
machines.
Japan. So far, so good.
Taking photos in a booth is nothing new, but Japan added its own exciting twist to this experience. Their photo booths, called Purakura, allow you to edit photos right on the spot, adding different backgrounds, funny stickers, or writings. Also, you can send the pictures to your cell phone, or perhaps your toilet. If, you have Wi-Fi in there, you might never have to leave.
Why would you send it to your toilet? Pause. First of all, Purakura does exist. I never really do it. I'm not going to go in a booth and take photos. It's not interesting to me, but Japanese girls.
I used to.
Yeah, of course. In terms of what he said about sending it to your toilet, that makes no sense to me. It just... What? If you have Wi-Fi, because he said if you have Wi-Fi, you can send it to your toilet. Is it true your toilet can receive a camera picture? No.
People pushers. Subways and train stations get really overcrowded during rush hour. That's why the station staff and part-time workers have to perform the routine procedure of pushing people inside trains to fit in as many passengers as possible before the doors close.
What do you do for a living?
Umbrella parking lot.
It does exist, and it exists in Tokyo. I haven't seen it much in Fukuoka. But yeah, Tokyo it does exist, and they just shove you into a closed space. Good for COVID.
Before going inside a building, you can park and lock your umbrella just like you do with your bike. Now you can be sure no one will take it, and you won't make a puddle on the floor if your umbrella is wet. Many government...
Yeah, this is true, but more common than this is those little plastic bags, little umbrella condoms that they put on top.
Buildings, offices, and hotels have this sort of umbrella rack. 9. Millions of vending machines. Japan has more than 5 million of
Millions
them,
of vending
mostly
machines
because
definitely
they save
do
time
exist.
for
Yeah,
people who work
warm
late
drinks.
hours, which is a pretty common thing here. Besides, Japanese vending machines aren't just for
Gachapons don't
snacks
count
and
as
soda.
vending
You can
machines.
buy
Gachapon is
basically
fun,
anything,
but we have a
from
lot of
live
variety of
lobsters to
gachapon.
underwear
Yeah, this is
in
not
these
the
Same.
machines.
It's
10.
not buying, but we can
Tokyo's
buy.
biggest
I will say for a vending machine, I have got fried rice out of one. I've got French fries and yakisoba. When I was living in America and I'd come to Japan and I'd try these vending machines out, it was interesting to me. I was like, oh man, this is amazing. You can have meals. But honestly, it's like having TV dinners come out. It's just microwaving food. It's not the healthiest thing. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like having someone microwave a TV dinner for you. Is that really interesting? Like, it's not sitting there. There is vending machines for ice cream, but that exists outdoor places, doesn't it? Maybe not. I will say, when I do go back to America and I'm thirsty or something, instead of going to the market, I do wish there were vending machines. I do miss that. Japan, it's very convenient. I just go downstairs and grab stuff. So it is nice. And it is a thing that only exists in Japan. Okay, I'm not an expert here. Bye.
resident. In 2015, Godzilla was granted citizenship in Tokyo's Shinjuku ward. The authorities presented a special certificate stating his new residency
Shinjuku.
and also made him a
No,
job
it's a-
offer. Godzilla became the tourism ambassador. Later, they even installed a Godzilla head 171 feet above the ground at Toho, the movie studio that made the
Of
original
course it
movie
exists
back
in
in
Japan.
1954.
It was made by the
11.
Japanese, so
Train delays make
it's
headlines.
not really
Punctuality is a
interesting,
really
in my
big
opinion.
thing here, and train stations do everything possible to avoid a delay. If a train
we
is
have a good
5 minutes late,
transportation
the railway company might have to issue a delay certificate for railway workers and passengers who
It's true.
No,
understand
it's
this
true.
one.
But before that, you said we have a good transportation system.
Yeah.
Trains, yes, Japan has a good transportation system. Buses sucks.
No, it depends on the
Nah,
area.
nah,
In
nah.
Tokyo, it's more accurate.
Maybe, but in Fukuoka bus system, I am so mad. I'm literally late to everything because I wait for a bus that's 30 minutes late or just never exists. Like, because it's so close in the city center, they're just always late because they're always behind other cars or other buses. It's so frustrating. Anyways,
missed
That's
an
my
important
rant.
appointment. And if the
But
delay
yes,
is
this
longer than
train
an hour, then the
statement is
railway
true.
company might give an official apology in
I don't
newspapers.
know this one.
12.
that's true.
Silent karaoke. This is a special microphone with a
I have
cone
no
that you place
idea,
over your
but
mouth.
possible.
It muffles most of the
I
sounds
guess
when you
so.
sing.
People
It was
care about
designed for
noise.
people who
They
don't
do,
want to
in
wake up their
Japan.
neighbors and those who feel shy about belting their
I've never heard of someone having silent karaoke, but people do have like those pianos which play to your headphones so you can't hear them. So like silent instruments, I definitely have heard, but silent karaoke, like I feel like people would just go to the karaoke location. Why would you do it at home?
favorite tunes in public. Number 13.
said public,
Polite
that's-
slurping.
Yeah, it's all.
That's
Well,
weird.
in many countries, slurping is considered rude. In Japan, it's a way to show your appreciation of the dish. If you don't slurp when you eat noodles,
Wait, what?
then the chef will think that
Making
you don't
sound is
enjoy the
common.
food, or
He just said, if you don't slurp, the chef will think you're rude and don't appreciate the food. I don't think that's true. Is it true?
No.
I think it's okay to slurp
to
here in Japan. Like, slurping is not seen as a negative thing. But it's not like you have to slurp to say, hey, I appreciate the food. Like, the louder you slurp, the more they're happy. No, I think they're just like, if you slurp, that's okay. If you don't slurp, that's also okay. You don't have to slurp. It's not like, come to Japan, slurp.
that it's cold.
My thought.
Ah, good noodles.
She.
Yeah, it's the
14.
noodles,
Face
like-
napkins.
I mean,
When you eat a burger, it's
Yes.
never pretty because your mouth gets covered in ketchup or mustard. Owners of one fast food restaurant found a solution to this by serving burgers together with special napkins. They cover the faces of guests who feel
Some
a bit
special
embarrassed
napkin
about looking
and a
messy
rubber.
while eating.
I've never experienced the special nap. I know that people don't like to show their face when they're eating. I get that. I mean, he said it himself. He said in a location, one restaurant owner made special napkins. So it exists in Japan, but it's like one location. It's not every location. It's almost like saying yeah, in the location down in the city of Los Angeles, California, we have this, which exists in America. Like, yeah, I guess it can exist. And this apparently exists in Japan, but it's not like a common thing. I've never had it. I've never experienced putting a napkin in my face while eating a burger here. So I guess it exists, but I'm not going to go as far as saying that's a thing that's common in Japan.
It's on older generations. They are taught by like hide in the mouth when we're eating.
Well,
By napkin.
there's a lot of things that they teach you here in Japan for the old generation.
But no, it exists.
15. Water-saving sinks. They're located right over the toilet tanks. The idea is simple.
True.
First, you wash your hands over the sink, then the sink water goes straight into the toilet tank, and finally, you flush the toilet when you've done your business. So you save water by using it twice.
The imagery there is a little strange. As you see, they have a sink next to the toilet. That's not entirely the case. Like in my toilet right here, the so-called sink is on top of the toilet. Because when you flush a toilet, the water has to come in from outside into the pipe and go into your tank, right? It refills your tank. The water leaves, you refill the tank. When it refills the tank, that water, instead of going directly to the tank, goes into the faucet above our toilet and pours in. So you have about, 10 to 15 seconds to wash your hands over the toilet. The image looks incorrect. He's not wrong in that statement, but I think he explained it wrong. So yeah, you do have the opportunity to save money and save water because you're reusing the water that you use from the tank. It's just another opportunity for you to wash your hands. Do I use it? No. It exists here in Japan, and I guess that is a more common thing than the other things on this list.
Aren't you glad they don't do it the other way? Number 16,
that's just weird.
strange mayo. No,
Strange
Japanese
mayo?
mayo doesn't have any special recipe or ingredient. But they don't eat it with salads, meat, or sandwiches.
Japanese love mayo.
In Japan, people usually use it as a topping for ice cream or on pancakes.
What the
A
hell?
chocolate sundae
No,
with
we
mayo.
don't.
Haha, nothing better.
Who's gonna use
17.
mayonnaise in ice cream or dessert?
I don't know. He said the Japanese do. What are you talking about? So you do. You don't? So you don't use the mayonnaise at all on your desserts, like a typical
Dessert?
Japanese person?
No. Like pizza.
No. What?
We put them most common like
That's
usual
gross.
like dishes, but it's not for dessert. Not sweet.
Yeah, apparently he says it's for dessert. Like, that's no.
Naps at work.
No.
In Japanese culture, dozing off at the workplace, or inamuri, is considered a sign of being a hard-working person who's very committed to their
Hardworking?
job.
No.
That's why inamuri is so common, and no one thinks it's a bad thing. Some people
Really?
even fake it.
No one think.
That's not true at all.
What's
There's
wrong?
0% chance that I could go to work, sleep, and they'd be like, "Oh, Michael, thank you for working so hard today. You've done a great job." They still... Yes, Japan has the issue and the problem that people overwork. They stay too late, they work too many hours, and they get tired. And my company does have the rooms where you can take a nap. But if they find you sleeping, it's the same thing that happens in America. I'm not saying you get fired, but you're in trouble. There's no way you can sleep in. The boss isn't going to come in and be like, "Thank you for working hard. You've done a good job. Wake up." Oh no, stay sleeping. Keep working.
18.
No.
World's shortest
it's
escalator. You can find it in the basement of Moore's department store, which is located in the city of Kawasaki.
So
The escalator has only 5
Kamakura.
steps and is only 33 inches tall.
Is it Kawasaki?
Well,
Is it
that's
Kawasaki?
one
Oh,
small
my bad.
step for a man. Okay.
maybe it's
That was a
they
dumb
exist.
thing to add to the list. Like, yes, small escalators do exist in Japan, but I'm sure they exist anywhere else in the world too. And if they don't, is that really something someone's gonna come and be like, "I want to see the smallest escalator"? Like, well, waste of your
18.
life.
Canned food restaurant. Eating canned food
Canned
may
food
not
restaurant?
sound like a delicious treat for you,
I think we have.
but there's a whole chain of restaurants all over the country
been.
where they serve
No
only
restaurant
canned
for
food.
bar.
They're pretty popular
makes
since
more
clients can
sense.
choose from
You can choose
300
whatever you
varieties of food
You
from
can
all
have
across the
whatever you
world.
like.
20.
No.
Doll
Yes.
Village. The village of Nagoro used to have a population of 300 people, but less than 40 residents live there now.
I've
a
been
local
here.
artist, Tsukumi
I drove through
Ayano,
here.
made over 300 life-size dolls, most of which look like former residents, and they're located in various states of action.
scary.
It's a
For example,
freaky place.
there's a
I
whole
drove through
classroom
this.
over
But
there
it's
in the
cute.
village school
It's
that was
so
closed a while
freaky.
ago.
No,
Number
that
20
place, I drove through there. It was just, I wanted to get through there as fast as possible. They're just staring at you. And I guess if you drive there at nighttime, that's a good scary movie to film. That's all I'll say.
1. No fours. It's common for Japanese culture to
No
avoid
fours,
the
okay.
number 4.
Yeah, it's the same as America. No 13,
Yeah,
no
that's
4.
me.
I mean,
That's why
yeah,
some
I guess
buildings
so.
don't
But it's
have
also
a
a
fourth
China
floor.
thing. You can.
Stores don't
Sounds
sell a set
same
of
as
cutlery
me.
for 4.
China does
And
also.
the number of guests to some event
Wait a
can't be.
second. Tell me right now, as a Japanese person, this image that he has on the screen, it looks very Chinese to me, doesn't it?
This is Chinese.
Yeah, well,
Chinese
he's
pie,
saying this is Japan.
Oh, really?
That's all I'm saying.
I thought he explained in China.
No, this isn't Japan. He said things that only exist in Japan. He's using an image of an obvious Chinese family.
B4.
Anyways.
22. Blue traffic light. They use a blue color instead of green for traffic lights. The reason for that hides in their language. Historically, there was
What do you
only
mean,
one
what's
word for both colors. When traffic lights first
It's
appeared
blue,
in the
that's
country,
wrong.
they were as green as anywhere else. But that green color was still called blue. To make things right, the government decided to use
do
the
call it
bluest
blue.
shade of green possible.
Yeah.
Okay?
Those lights, they look green. They don't look blue. I mean, maybe he did explain it that he put a closest shade to blue, but it's still green. Yeah, they're definitely green here. And they're definitely still called blue. Everyone who talks to me is like, okay, you can cross at the blue light or you can drive at the blue light. I drive here. And every time I'm like, blue light? It's green light. It's called green light. And no one knows that. Green light. Damn it. What do you go? What means go? Green means go.
Oh, hold on. You make me confused.
What? Green means go.
Yeah, green means go, but we call our single.
Yeah, I get that. You
Okay,
guys.
okay.
You guys.
23.
Japanese
Cleaning classes.
You guys.
Japanese kids learn how to clean in many schools because
It's
it's a
good
part of their
discipline, eh?
education. They mop their classrooms
I
and
did not
hallways,
learn how
do
to clean.
That's
dusting,
why we know
and even
how to
clean the
clean the room,
bathrooms.
how to clean the
Teachers
public
believe it's a
area,
great way to
public
raise
place. It's
responsible
very
citizens.
Oh,
24.
no.
Foot bath train.
Why?
Take the Tsudoe tourist train to get the
Tsudoe?
most comfortable sightseeing experience. This train has foot baths built of aromatic cypress wood and
Foot
filled
baths?
with warm spring water that can soothe the pain in your joints.
Sounds nice.
So, you can soak your feet and enjoy beautiful views at the same time while traveling from Nagoya
That's
to
Nagoya.
Yonoyama Onsen.
Nagoya?
25.
But you're from Nagoya. You've never had a foot bath?
No, I never.
I
So
don't
this
know.
was a what's that? High classy.
Oh, yeah, you don't have money.
Futuristic toilets.
That's why.
Toilets in Japan are very high-tech. To use one, a person should know what all those
Oh, toilets
buttons
are
are.
Toilet
high-tech.
high class.
There's a variety of functions,
true.
including
What?
heating the seat, spraying warm water to
I'll
clean
wait.
the user up, and even playing music. All they're
Playing
missing is a
music? What's mean
refrigerator.
playing music?
Wow.
We
Who'd
don't have
ever
the
want to
system
leave their
playing
toilet?
Music.
Huh? Play music so that they can't hear you pee.
Oh, okay. It's sound. It's not music.
Yeah. These are, they can exist anywhere in the world. You can buy them online. It's not a toilet you're buying. It's a attachment that you put on top of the toilet, almost like a toilet seat cover.
So.
And that's the part that is connected to your water pipe to spray you with water and to play music. You plug it into the wall and it heats up the seat and everything like that. It's an additional thing that you can add. My friends in America even have this toilet, so it's not anything I would say only exists in Japan. But I will say like 2% of the population in America probably has it, and like 99% of the population in Japan has it, and that's why. And it even exists in outdoor toilets too. So, but I wouldn't call it a futuristic toilet. It's just an attachment that's put on top of a toilet. So, it is what it is.
26. Crazy ice cream flavors. The Japanese love
Crazy
weird
ice cream?
food combos.
I've had many.
That's why finding an ice cream flavored with horse meat, cactus, charcoal,
bleh.
squid ink,
Charcoal?
garlic, or
Squid.
chicken wings won't be a
That's a weird imagery right there. But it exists. I know. The charcoal I've seen, the tebasaki or the chicken wing, and the squid ink I've heard about. The cactus and the horse meat, I've never heard, but I guess it would exist. But it's the same thing as America having bacon flavored ice cream. I think that exists. So you can make ice cream flavored anything. I don't think that's the only thing particular to Japan, but I guess if you come to Japan, be expecting weird ice cream. I guess it's a true statement.
problem here. 27. Space-saving parking lots. Since Japan is a densely populated country, they don't like to waste space. That's why their parking lots have a smart system. They're designed like multi-level garages. 28.
Oh, that's it? I don't think it was about saving space. It's more that Japan doesn't have any space, so they needed to find a way to put the cars, and so that's why it has it raised up or lowered under the ground. My apartment complex has the same thing. But I wouldn't say it's Japan wants to save space. We just don't have any space here. That's the problem. Anyways, I wish this guy could explain his ideas or do more research. Anyways.
Robot-run hotel. In a hotel in Nagasaki, robots are a big part of its staff.
But he said Nagasaki.
It's called the Henda, which translates as strange. The human-like androids meet the guests, clean the rooms, carry luggage, make coffee, and even smile. However, real people work there too to recharge the robots and supervise how they perform their duties.
No, why would I? First of all, I live here. I don't need to go to a hotel. Why would I go to a hotel? And second of all, I'm not going to go to a robot hotel if I stayed. I guess if you say you're the expert and you say it exists, it must exist. I'm not an expert. I've only been here 4 years.
Cafe companion. Sitting alone in a cafe and enjoying their coffee and food is common for most people around the world. But in the land of the rising sun, you'll get a huge plush moomin to sit next to you in one of the cafes, so you don't have to eat alone.
The problem with this video is he made it sound like you literally, any cafe you go to, you'll get, if you're by yourself, you'll get a Moomin plush. Like, no. I know where that exists, and we have a Moomin cafe in Canal City here in Fukuoka. It's a specialized restaurant that you can go and eat, and if you want, you can have a Moomin sit with you. Like, it's same as the Pokemon cafe or the Kirby cafe. You can have a plush Kirby or Pokemon sit with you. There's nothing in, I guess it only exists in Japan because they really like their anime characters and that type of thing. But in terms of the way that the guy explained it is slightly wrong. Anyways, that's the last part of the video. Most of it was true statements, right?
It's true.
It's just a lot of it was only for certain locations and not necessarily all of Japan. Like if you go to Japan, you're not going to experience all these things. These things, I guess this video was explaining things that only exist in Japan, but I feel like the guy explained it in a strange way for some of the items, like the cafe or I don't know, the parking. Like there were certain ways that he explained it that it could have been done better. But in terms of all the items, I guess they must be mostly, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
They must be true. But I think they didn't do all their research. I mean, anyways, that's the video. My Japanese expert here. Have anything to say, add, before we finish the video?
It's true, but it's not really common things.
Yeah, no, they're not really very common things, I guess. They do exist in Japan, but it's more like a minuscule percentage. And I didn't really experience many of them.
We don't put on mayonnaise on the ice cream.
Yeah, that's what you got from the video. That's what you got.
Right.
I hope you guys liked it. If you guys like it, and subscribe to the channel. And also check out the original video if you feel like it. So you can learn more stuff that's incorrect about Japan. But if you want to learn the right stuff, come to this channel so I can continue to bring my friends on here to tell you exactly what's correct about Japan and what's true. So if you want, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video if you so choose to watch another one. Peace out.